Regardless, Bethany, we're not going to argue about it anymore.
No.
We're done. We've each... you punta. We've each stepped away from it. We've gotten a new drink.
Yeah.
We're done. We're just going to go on with the story. We're not going to scream about ideals of governance anymore.
Yeah, regardless, this is a false Dimitri. End of story. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts.
I feel like by the time I'm finished with this, I'm going to be so just where I am right now that my drunk is not even going to hit me anymore. Listen to me. I'm talking way too sensibly to be as drunk as I am right now. And that is problematic.
You're starting to enunciate. Emphasize.
Well, because we've been fighting like cats and dogs. God knows, not fighting, just in a spirited discussion.
Exactly. Absolutely. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we made it known, false Dimitri. I get it.
Okay. So the false Dimitri, whatever we believe, seems to have been raised. He was, in fact, the real deal because he went balls to the wall with it.
Yeah.
Like, he was in it to win it. I'm laughing because I think...
Make it till you make it.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
I mean, go hard. That's brainwashing 101 right there.
Go hard. Like, chaos magic your way into that crown. Do whatever you got to do. So, in 1604, as Tsar Boris Godunov was kind of losing his tenuous grasp on the kingdom, the false Dimitri, backed by Cossack mercenaries and the Polish, the Poles. Please don't call them what you were going to call them.
I didn't, Jessica. Don't bring up the past. I let it go.
So he grabs all these guys, starts marching his ass toward Moscow, like with a fervor. Goose step into Moscow. Yeah.
Cha-cha-cha-cha. Like, I can picture it now.
So remember, people had like a Christ-like adoration of their sacred, God-anointed monarchs. And here is this asshole come back, risen from the dead, as it were.
Quotes, air quotes there.
Risen from the dead. But think about how that looks. If you've got like a Christ-like adoration of your monarchy, and then here is one literally risen from the dead, quote unquote. What do you think that's gonna do?
I mean, it's gonna spark some major bullshit.
Bullshit. Exactly right.
Bullshit. I don't know how else to explain it.
That just reminded me of the newest season of Disenchantment. Let's dazzle the yokels with some explosions. I love explosions.
Oh my god.
So old Tsar Boris Godunov, overcome, sporadically dies of a brain hemorrhage.
Should we put that in air quotes too, or is that a real
You know,
I mean,
who really knows at this point? Know that all the bodies that are dropped in the course of this entire body count should probably be in air quotes. Like, who really knows? Let's face it.
And wow, like, how awesome. Boris went from literally verge of death, came back from it, terrorized the nation, and then died from a brain hemorrhage.
Not the nation, just the Romanov family, and then dies of a brain hemorrhage. Which, if you're Philarat Romanov, you gotta be like, motherfucker, I did this to get rid of him, and now hear this fake bra comes marching into the kingdom. Not that it matters anymore. Because I am a member of the priesthood. I don't know. This story gets crazier. So, Boris Godunov dies, but Boris is succeeded by his son, Theodore II.
Mother.
Don't worry. We're only going to mention him in the next sentence because
he dies too.
His throat is mysteriously slit before false Dmitri even arrives in Moscow.
Oh my God. Slit throat. I've already X'd him out.
Boris dies of a quote unquote brain hemorrhage. And then his son succeeds to the crown and immediately dies of a cut throat.
At least they didn't try to say he had a seizure.
No, but
welcome
to Moscow.
Welcome and goodbye.
Willkommen. No, that's German. I shouldn't.
Oh, sorry.
I shouldn't. Which, how fortuitous for false Dmitri.
Right.
And there we go. We're already racking up a bunch of bodies thanks to kings murdering rivals. And then don't forget all the fun, famine, and disease that's going on right now in the kingdom. So we're off to a great start, all in all, for dropping bodies, really. And this is going to get much worse. So don't worry about it, Bethany.
I mean, of course. But you know what? Like, what are we up to? Like 50, 100 bodies?
About half of the population of Russia, I would think, at this damn point. Like,
this is why I hate these body counts, because it's like bombing. We have an idea, at least, of the scope.
Well, at least
this is
the majority of Novgorod and a great deal of Rostov. I mean, but they've replenished themselves since Ivan, so that's fun. Just a large majority of populations of places we have entirely killed in the course of this story. So that's,
who cares?
Exciting.
Everyone's replaceable.
Well, to be fair, in Russia, if one thing's replaceable, it's their peasants and population. Yay!
It's not really uncomfortable.
It's going to get worse. So in 1605, this pretender marches into Moscow, where the real Dmitri's mother recognizes him officially as her long-lost son.
Oh, God.
Which, whether or not it was like political or she just wanted to believe her son wasn't dead, I don't blame her either way. I don't blame her.
I mean, probably because she was there, and I bet you anything, she probably may not even have seen the body.
Oh,
like they were probably.
I bet she did. She was probably forced to identify it.
You really think? I think that he would have so much control, be like, your son's dead. He had a seizure, and I don't think you need to see this. You know what I mean? Like, I
110%. Welcome to Imperial Russia.
I just got shivers down my spine.
Yeah, well, it's not the worst it's going to get. But he has quite the problem to start with. Almost as soon as false Dmitri is crowned, he has to reconcile all of his backers, both foreign and domestic, and they all hate each other. So that's fun.
Well, I mean, he was gone for a while, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yes, I'm alive."
And he
what the fuck you been doing this whole time?
And he comes marching with the Muscovites, one of their greatest enemies, the Polish, as his backer. So, not going to be happy. Now, the Polish and the Russians, as most of history is probably going to tell you, not crazy about each other.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Not a little bit. Like, not even for funsies. Not even for laughsies.
Yeah. Not for toying or teasing or anything. That's not even playtime or fun time.
No, it's not. It's not for them.
We're not here for that.
Tsar Dmitri, whoever he actually is, has got to get all these vastly different, or as they see it, groups. So Catholics and Orthodox, warriors, nobles, Cossack mercenaries,
Not to
Polish
mention
and
Polish.
Russian.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's
Yeah.
so many things to like combine and
Etc.
unite.
Etc. Exactly. He's got to get them to all chill and get along. So it is at this point that false Dmitri appoints priest Filaret Romanov, who is head of his clan, cousins to the rightful czars, to Metropolitan of Rostov, which is kind of
Hold
like
on.
a bishop, if that helps.
Okay, hold on. You said another name that I've heard before, which is a Filarot. So is this a Filarot
That was
of another
formerly
Filarot?
no, Filaret, formerly Theodore Romanov.
Oh, so he's still alive. Romanov.
Yeah, no, he's very much
Okay.
in his prime, and he's
Oh
going to
my
figure in
God,
the
thank
entire rest of
God.
this story.
Thank
Well,
the
he was
Lord.
made a
Hallelujah.
priest. He was made a priest, so he didn't have to kill him.
Okay, fair. That makes so much sense. I am following. Keep going. Here
Remember,
we
you
go.
can't just go knocking off cousins to the rightful crown. And he's head of his clan, so he gets appointed by false Dmitri as Metropolitan of Rostov, which is, like I said, it's like a bishop. So Bishop of Rostov, but
So that's what
Metropolitan.
false. So the false Dimitri becomes a bishop.
No,
Oh shit!
he
Damn it!
appoints Filaret Romanov that. Remember, because
Oh,
Filaret's now in the church, he's got no choice.
Yes, but false Dimitri goes to Filarot, who's in the church, then
And
becomes
he's
a
like, be a
metropolitan of the bishop.
big badass Metropolitan of Rostov. Yeah.
Bishop.
So
Okay, okay.
he's making friends with the
Hmm.
rightful cousins as if that were his cousin. Right?
But right, no, which is smart, but be
Very
careful.
smart. Very smart, but always be careful of a fucking Romanov, man, because they are coming hard at this. So
Yeah.
this promotion
Hmm.
kept Filaret away from Moscow. And it was also smart because putting him in Rostov keeps Filaret away from Moscow, so he can't be like, well, this isn't Dmitri. Well, this is bullshit. And
So
start
you can never
whispering.
identify him as the
Yeah, and
truth.
he can well, even if he could, he's not there to whisper shit in the court.
Like
He's
be a
not there to get
spy
shit
or
started. He's not there to get shit
mm,
started like he did against Goodenough.
because I remember he did that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because even if he can't be czar, his son sure can. So you see the danger letting him like hang around Moscow and start shit.
Yeah.
This way, they're sending him away from Moscow, and he's still given an appointment appropriate to the cousin of Dmitri of the Rurikid.
Wow. Okay.
So
Wow.
this
Fucking
pretender's
smart.
not too stupid until he does what he's gonna do. So,
No. No.
but
Don't tell me it's love. Don't you
at
dare.
least now, you've got to remember, Filaret may be in Rostov, but he can at least bring his now nun wife Martha and his son, the future Tsar Michael, with him.
Michael. Okay.
So they're no longer just left by
Out
themselves,
the dust. Yeah.
defenseless, out in the dust,
Mhm.
terrorized.
Yes. Do not tell me that this dumb false Dimitri falls in love. Don't you dare.
Oh, girl,
Don't you dare.
dummy.
Don't, mother.
He does something so
Just like
incredibly stupid. It's amazing
Shakespeare.
because he is quite intelligent and he's doing a really good job, actually, thus
Of
far.
course. That's how they get him.
But
They always do that.
then
We get
a
him.
prime piece of
Hussy.
ass comes along.
I was going to say hussy.
And here we go again. He marries
Oh, God.
the daughter of one of his Polish backers, which is a
Whoa.
big named Marina Minishek, I think is how you say it. Minishek.
So he marries the daughter of a Polish backer.
Instead of doing a bride show, he should have
which is
No
what
matter what,
did back in the day.
He should have married a Russian because at best his crown is a little tenuous. Not everybody's convinced this is Dmitri. In fact, most people don't believe it is. And he goes and marries a Polish girl. And she's, of course, a Catholic.
Oh, not an Orthodox. Okay.
The horror.
Catholic.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, no.
Remember, this is an Orthodox nation.
Yep.
They ain't about to have a Catholic queen.
Hell no. Yep.
They're
this is like
the inheritors of the Byzantine Empire. They're not about to have that Western Roman bullshit in their house. No.
Hell no. How dare y'all? I'd rather die.
Again, right? Like the eye rolls on our part must be so intense right now. And again, she's a Pole, which Russia has been at odds with Poland since there were a Russia and a Poland.
And a Poland, like this has been an ongoing thing since the beginning of time.
Since the two things even existed as city-states, they weren't fond of each other. And the people do not like it. Not one little bit at all.
Of course not.
So she becomes known as Marinka the Witch. And boy, do people now hate Dmitri. Like hate. So much so that it's just now becoming uprising time. So yay! Another uprising.
Revolution! Oh, people hate.
It's reign of terror time again, Bethany. Just as quickly, though. Like, really quickly, let's just cover. He could have pulled it off. Like, he basically starked his way ass backwards out of a throne for some strange.
I got that.
Stupid reason.
I got that reference. I'm kind of proud of myself.
No, he 100% did. I mean, was it worth it? What the hell were you doing, ass clown? It's
always some ass, piece of ass. It's always some
piece of ass. Like, welcome to human history. It all goes wrong over a piece of ass.
Oh my God. Oh shit. I mean,
unbelievable.
I've been like, well, if I could just change him. No, you can't.
You can't change all that. It's not even romantic. It's just stupid.
It's stupid.
And it's going to seem especially stupid in light of what is about to happen. Just 9 days after the wedding at 4 a.m., the Boyers rang the bells and signaled a blockade of the palace. Dmitri uprising was swift in this case. They weren't having this shit. Dmitri tried to escape his assassins by leaping from a window, but he broke his leg, and thus he was summarily shot and stabbed at least 21 times. But who can keep an exact count?
I jumped out a window, survived, but then was
simultaneously shot and stabbed.
I can't even write. Jump out a window, survived.
At least 21 times.
But I'm putting that in capital. Shot and stabbed.
I mean, how are you going to keep an exact count on it? Just everybody was stabby, shooty, having a great freaking timey. Like,
maybe if we open them up, there'll be candy.
Oh, you have no idea, Bethany. That's exactly what they do, sister.
Oh my God,
they disemboweled the corpse, which was exhibited naked. The head was bashed in, and the brain was laid for exhibit beside the corpse. But I'm not done, Bethany. Minstrel's bagpipes were shoved in his mouth as a sign of his like being full of shit, aka playing the devil's tune. And it gets more fun. It gets more fun. His genitals were popped alongside the brain.
Oh my God.
These people are fucking rough, man.
This is metal AF, man.
I shouldn't say like these people, but like they're in it to win it.
That's why they made history.
That is why they are still terrifying today. They are still terrifying today because I wouldn't put this beyond reach of what would happen right now. Just saying. So it's like I said, we don't have an exact body count, but the bodies we continuously do have, I mean, sweet Lord, it's the most metal thing in the world. Like, what a fun group, though. What a fun group.
Hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
floor.
Oh,
they're hanged disemboweled with their brains and genitals hung at them.
This is what we do to you.
Oh,
I mean, keep in line.
It's just so intense.
I might be a rebel on some things right now, but if I was back then and I saw that shit, I'd be like, hell, motherfucker, no. Who needs my pussy? Okay, here you go. Don't kill me.
Don't kill me. Don't be a Catholic. Let me put it that way.
Nope. How dare I?
Hashtag lesson learned.
Oh my God, I laughed because I literally wanted to puke, but seriously.
Well, it doesn't get prettier. So, who is next in line to the crown?
Yeah,
and
okay.
I mean, who would want the damn thing? Who would want the damn thing after that?
I want to answer this. Okay, so I'm going to go back because clearly
you're not ever going to guess it.
No, I don't know. Hold on. Boris is dead, right? Anastasia had a son who basically died as well. Yep, he's dead.
Who's coming as somebody that's not been mentioned in this story?
The only person that I know of, which is the Michael guy. I think we've mentioned him once.
He's the closest blood relation, but there are some really distantly related Rurikin. Okay, and we're going to get to them.
But we know of Michael because I'm assuming he's next, correct?
Technically, but he's still very young. So let's go ahead and go on. So the Boyers and the nobles, once again, consider the Romanovs because Filaret is now a priest. His son, Michael, is considered. But Michael is dismissed as being too young. Like I said, at this point.
Oh, like young, like Michael. He's literally the closest you could get.
Closest blood relation. That would be his father, but his father has taken holy orders and can no longer be deemed to hold the Filaret. His son is now next in line.
Filaret.
His son, Michael.
Michael. Okay, whatever. Bullshit. But still, okay. But how young is he? How young are we talking here? Because we already established 45 is old.
No, at this time, I'm gonna say Michael's not more than 8, 9 at best. Okay. Very much like King Baby again, and nobody wants to do that.
This sounds. Hold on. Let me. I only have to flip back a few hundred pages, but I feel like I wrote this sentence down.
Yeah, we've done the whole thing.
8, 9-year-old died. King Baby. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been down this. I think I wrote this 3 times.
We've discussed King Baby a couple of times. Therefore,
well, hold on. Whether it's Yvonne or Fyodor or now some sort of Romanov, we've come to the end.
We're getting to the end of people, and but Michael too young right now for anybody to be cool with it. Therefore, the leader of the coup against false Dmitri was elected, And that is Vasily the Fourth.
Vasily. How do you spell that?
Vasily. V-A-S. Vasily, like the other Vasilis we've had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about them. So this is what? Vasily.
The fourth.
We did bitch, I was going to get there.
Oh, my God. I'm just trying to shorten the process by giving you the number.
Thanks for not
We're gonna fucking murder each other before this is over.
We got Vasily. I forgot about Vasily, but welcome back, Vasily. If I had went back
welcome
further,
back. Another Vasily. And to be fair, he wasn't just the leader of the coup. He's a really distant cousin of the Rurikids. So he's not as close as the Romanovs, but he is at least a cousin.
Oh, wait. Here it is. He's Vasily the Third is the son of Ivan the Great. Ivan the Great, son of Vasily's son, dies grandson Ivan the Terrible. Okay.
Yes.
Yay!
Very good. So this is a new Vasily, though.
God, I know it's a new Vasily. I just had to go a little further back to remember what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm not against it. So,
okay, sorry.
Distant cousin of the Rurikid, Vasily the Fourth, then becomes Tsar, and he makes Filaret Romanov Patriarch of the Church.
And Patriarch. So he's the Tsar and Patriarch of Church.
No, Vasily's the Tsar. He makes Filaret Romanov Patriarch of the Church.
His dad. Okay.
So not his dad. Vasily is not Filaret's. He's a Rurikid cousin, not a Romanov.
Cousin. Okay.
He's a very distant cousin. He is not a Romanov.
Give me a second. Vasily, second cousin, becomes Tsar, makes Filaret. Okay. I got it. That was a lot to process.
So I'm going to run through it before I repeat that sentence. Vasily the Fourth is a distant cousin to the former Rurikid dynasty. He leads the coup against false Dmitry, ousts him. Michael Romanov is deemed too young to be the Tsar, therefore they elect Vasily, and Vasily immediately makes Filaret Romanov the Patriarch of the Church. But Filaret Romanov wasn't having any of it because he feels now that they're really getting the shit end of the stick by not electing his son Michael, who is the closest living kin to the Rurikid, right? So he's not effing around, and he immediately starts plotting against Vasily the Fourth, who thanked him by firing his ass immediately from being Patriarch of the Church, like leader of the church, and sends him back to Rostov with his wife, Nun Martha, and his son, Michael, in tow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Because Michael was deemed not available, so he took full advantage of that.
Yes, he did. He immediately started sowing the seeds of dissent against this.
Why does this feel familiar?
This is a continuous. He did not. This
Did we just talk about this?
Shit. He did not give a shit what happened to him. What it was his birthright was going to be his birthright. Let me put it that way.
It was literally one of those things where he was like, look, this is what I have, and I either give it all or I lose my head.
Exactly. And it was all or nothing. Like, he didn't give a shit what happened to any of them. A Romanov ass was going to end up on that throne one way or the other.
No, I get it. Okay.
So even though they're back in Rostov, the Romanovs are far from done, and the troubles are about to get far more troubling for Russia. Basically, I guess that all of Russia is at this point just now in purge mode, right? Like mass murder, all-out war. It's apparently like fucking Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
I mean, I was going to say just like clean up at aisle 4, 5, 6, You don't conform. Goodbye.
You know what I think of? I think of the Godfather Part 1 when Clemenza's
damn.
oh, this has got to happen from time to time. You know, sometimes you got to go to war. It gets rid of bad blood. Like that is there purging, just purging. Sometimes it's good to purge. Like that's the only thing I could think because they are not happy.
Nowadays, we purge our Facebook or our social media followers and Instagram followers and all that. Back then, it was purging actual people.
Yeah, we virtually kill one another, which is dangerous and stupid as I think social media life is. It might be better than actual purging. But now we got a bit of a problem because the shade of the false Dmitry is hanging over Russia like smog in Beijing.
Even though he's dead.
Yeah, but everybody in Moscow saw that. Not everybody in the country saw that. I mean, remember, it's not getting live tweeted.
True. No, I knew that. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't like something that was written in a telegram.
Everybody can say, "Oh, well, that's just a big old fat lie. Dimitri's actually alive," and people want.
Dimitri Exactly. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I get it. It was sorry. I forget what time zone we're in.
I have
not time zone,
but respect for the office of town crier, Bethany.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm sorry. Oh,
again,
God.
because everybody in Moscow knew it. It wasn't like sent by messenger far and wide, Genghis Khan style, right? So here we are. Multiple men begin leading armies, just like willy frickin' nilly, claiming to be long lost sons and grandsons of Ivan the Terrible.
He's related. I'm related. You're related. We're all related. March.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But here's the problem. The biggest claim came from the second, and you heard me correctly, the second false tree.
No.
Known commonly as the Brigand. So the nobles in the court in Moscow and the boyars know this is for sure a lie, but all these conniving nobles and boyars in the country, they can put their shit behind a false Dmitri and tell the whole world, oh, no, Dmitri didn't die. This is him. This is still him. He escaped. That was a false body. Because only the people of Moscow know it is the way it is. Bitch, just buckle up. I did say this was the time of troubles.
Okay, hold on.
Let's talk about why people believed it, though, really quickly. He is joined. He's joined by Marinka the witch, who claims, yep, it's him. It's my husband, Dmitri. He wasn't killed. So.
Oh. But why would they believe a witch?
But it doesn't matter. She is the wife of Dmitri, supposedly of the Rur Kid. As long as she shows up and says, yes, this is my husband, whether she's a Catholic Pole or not, it does give credence to the claim, doesn't it? And like it or not, blood runs thicker than water, especially when it comes to the Russian throne. Not everybody is against it, you know? Everybody's divided. This is a fraction city-state at this point. This is no longer a united country. Ivan saw to that.
Okay.
So he wasn't killed. And, like, again, they're not live streaming this shit. So unless you were there in the moment, you can't prove that fake number one is even dead with like genitals and brains everywhere in the world.
It's on every channel.
Exactly.
It's not on every channel.
Exist.
Oh
But worst of all, like they immediately have a secret wedding ceremony so that they're at least married in the eyes of God, because he's not really even the fake Dimitri. And they just start banging all over the place, and she, right out of the box, gets knocked up.
Who does? Now, wait. Who gets knocked up? Who claims her son is this brigand?
No, her husband is still Dimitri, whom they call the brigand.
Oh,
she claims that Dimitri never died, but this second false pretender is in fact the first guy.
And wow,
what and now she gets pregnant, which is actually a big thing back then. Think all these problems were caused by a lack of an heir. And what does she do?
Air.
Fuck you. Still funny. It's still funny.
I mean, it's true. How can they breathe if you do not produce an heir? Your shit is over.
Like, so pretty much she immediately gets pregnant by the brigand. And so everybody's just like jazz and buckets, right? Because whether they believe it's him, they don't believe it's him, if he can march his army in there and take it, at least ascendancy is secured. At least there's somebody with a fucking son, so we don't have to keep doing this shit.
No, it makes sense. No. I get that, because it's like in this time period, in this thing, they need stability. And the only way they get stability is have this person with power and they produce another heir and they don't have to worry about it. So it's just like an ongoing consistency. Like, again, I understand that it's frustrating to not understand why can't they just switch to democracy. But at the same time, like, I get it. Stability, they need it. And where are they going to get it? From an heir.
Oh, yes. It's still funny.
I mean, how can you breathe with no air? I mean, it's a true, it's weird, and it's kind of shaking, in your body, especially when you live in the world that you do now. But back then, it was like, you better
got to realize
and produce.
Vasily has no heir. They voted all these people, and nobody can fucking make a kid, so that at least we don't have to mess with this anymore.
Save their life, like literally, to save their life, they can't make a kid.
The blanks that were shot. Like,
what happens with inbreeding.
Looks at me and I get fucking pregnant. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm just kidding. I know why. It was different times, and it was a lot harder to even get pregnant, more or less carry the child, survive having the child, and then the little mofo live all the way to adulthood. Like, it was taking chances in the 1600s.
And then try to produce another at the age we're at, which is the end of our life.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I got one and done. One and done.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So, here's the thing, though. Vasily the Fourth is actually losing the war to the false Dimitri number 2, aka the brigand, what we're going to call him from now on. So Vasily is losing the war to the brigand, and he gets the bright freaking idea to invite Russia's other favoritist enemy, the King of Sweden, on into the country to, quote, help him. Now, if Russians weren't crazy about the Poles, they were no more keen on the Swedes.
Which makes me really wonder why.
We're talking about the descendants of freaking Vikings, and they shared a border, Bethany.
Okay, hold on. Hey, don't get mad. Don't you dare take that tone with me. Okay, it was a valid question because I've been on a train track about the Vasilis and the Romanovs. Sorry, you made me switch a different history. And I'm sorry
I didn't make you switch to different history. The same goddamn history.
The Vikings. I get it. Okay, I'm with you. So all you had to do was say Vikings. You didn't have to yell at me.
Descendants of Vikings. They're not Vikings still in 1600s. They're Christians by now. But they're still really, really scary.
Bitch, I know that. All I needed was just a little. You didn't have to.
Because I want you to imagine a map right now. So here's Russia. We're talking not the Siberian portion. We are talking the northwestern portion of Russia. 2 countries on their border. The Kingdom of Sweden toward the north, and then like right beside them toward the west is Poland. So those two, they all share borders. Does that make sense? All 3 of them share borders. So there's always infighting about whose territory is who can take this from who. Oh, I'm the baddest king around.
I'm the biggest, baddest, I have the biggest dick. It's literally a pissing contest. Yeah. I know, like, I get it.
My scepter is bigger than your scepter. Exactly. So we've established that for whatever reason, they're all having scepter comparisons. It is what it is. There is nothing we can do about it. No. He's invited the King of Sweden to come in and help him against the false Dmitri, a.k.a. the Brigand.
Number 2, yeah.
Which the King of Sweden skips joyfully into Russian borders and makes himself right at home in Novgorod, just like laying waste, occupying, whatevs, you know? So if they were pissed off about a czar marrying a Catholic, how happy you think people are going to be that he invited their other enemy, the King of Sweden, into the kingdom?
So excited.
Just thrilled. Just thrilled.
So happy. I'm so happy.
Meanwhile, back at, like, I don't know what the Russian version of the ranch is, but, like, meanwhile, back at the ranch. The Brigand and his Cossack mercenaries conquered the south and head toward Rostov, which, if you'll remember, is where the Romanovs were chilling currently. So,
not doing anything. Like,
not doing anything. But again, they're the closest relatives to the Rurikid. So the Brigand has a little stroke of genius and appoints Filaret Romanov Patriarch of the Church yet again.
Which he's been chilling in a position that he doesn't really like.
He doesn't really care. All he cares about is they're going to get their ass on that throne. And they're going to get it to it eventually.
His power. All he cares about is power.
As he sees it this way, if the Brigand can get Vasily off the throne, then he can get the Brigand off the throne probably eventually. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, two for one special. No, I get it. Yeah.
So he'll take it, right? He'll take the appointment. Oh, yeah, I'm Patriarch of the Church. I'm your best bud, man. You got it. He's
going to play both sides. What, wouldn't you? If you're in that position?
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt I would Romanov my shit right to the top.
To the top. To the tippy top.
To the top. So far, so good. But as Russia was like literally eating itself, distracted, it was kind of like chumming the waters for both Sweden, who was already there, and Poland. So Sweden is like gobbling up the north, right? Because they've been invited in.
Well, they're already
and Poland's all like, whoa, bitches. You aren't just getting Russia to yourselves, you Swedes. Sorry, Charlie.
We're part of it too.
Poland starts marching into Russia, and they are pushing the Brigand back south. Now, because Vasily had issued an invite to the Swedes, a couple of the boyars, including Filaret Romanov's brother Ivan Romanov, just overthrow Vasily the Fourth.
Oh.
As Sweden and Poland are skipping through the country, they say, fuck it. We're going to kill this bitch too.
Oh my God.
Like, sweet Lord. Here we go again. Oh.
Down the only open road I
ever known. Just wanted to be czar and left alone. No, it didn't happen.
Oh my God.
So once freaking again, they meet up and somebody suggests Michael Romanov.
Mikhail. Here it comes again.
Michael, I think it's Michael or Michael or Miguel or no, that's decidedly Italian. Sorry.
Okay.
Just
so
came
how
out.
Old is he now?
We're just gonna call him Michael. Not old enough. I'd say probably 10 or 11.
Oh my God, all this drama has happened in 2 years. Oh shit.
Oh, and it's gonna get worse. I'd say 10, 11, 12. Still not old enough. Still king baby, right?
I mean, that's
so they deem him
majority of your life.
Too young.
Sorry. That's
You're exactly right.
Majority of his life.
The number of times this kid could have been czar. So of all things, this assembly elects Vladislav, which is the son of the Polish king, as czar.
Oh,
because
now
apparently they prefer a Polish prince to a goddamn Swedish one. Yeah.
And a Catholic one.
The fucking Catholic one.
Oh,
which is the reason they were splitting brains and genitals in the first goddamn place.
And putting them on stakes for everybody to see.
Isn't King Baby just better than that? But whatever.
What do we know?
Elect Vladislav.
A Poland person. Okay, smart. Sure, we'll go with that.
Poland person. My God, that's amazing.
Sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect.
No offense to you, Poland. Now
None.
you're all Poland people.
Sorry, that's not what I meant. Damn it! Thank you for putting it out. God bless America.
Because it was amazing. It was amazing. So, Moscow is officially occupied by the Polish, who have pushed the brigand and his army south, right?
Right.
Which, now that Moscow, which doesn't belong to them, is officially occupied by the Polish, surprise, surprise, what do? But loot the shit out of the Kremlin.
What's the Kremlin? Wait,
the Imperial Palace of Russia in the Red Square. Right there by St. Basil. It's the Kremlin. It's one of the most famous buildings in the fucking world.
Bitch. Maybe to you.
Versailles. If I said Versailles, you'd know what the fuck that was.
Okay, but Kremlin doesn't ring any bells.
The Kremlin is the Versailles of Russia.
Okay. Listen.
Jesus.
Listen to me. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember all this motherfucking bullshit.
It's one of the most
I can't even finish this
in the world.
Why do people even listen to us? Because I can't even get a full sentence out. I can't even explain why I can't remember.
Oh my God. I give you full sentences all the time. And most of the time I put the fuck up with it. Because you interrupt the Kremlin is the Kremlin.
Oh my God, I'm done. Whatever.
Go.
No, it doesn't matter.
Go.
I've already made my point that I didn't know what the Kremlin was.
We're not going to fight on air. Okay.
We already
realized I didn't
you
mention it.
Feel more shitty than I am.
hate this fucking podcast.
Hold on, I need to fucking chug my beer. So you go ahead, talk like you usually do in this podcast.
I apologize. I didn't say what it was. I just assumed everybody knew we're in the fucking Kremlin.
Okay, well, what makes an ass? What happens when you assume? Makes an ass out of you and me. So, fuck you.
I am not going to give you my retort to that because I am going to be.
Asked you not to hurt my feelings anymore.
I'm not hurting your goddamn feelings. Quit painting me like a tyrant. I'm not a tyrant for knowing the Kremlin. No wonder you like
it. No wonder you like it. Okay? No wonder you like this particular history. It makes sense. Anyway, we're at the Kremlin. Filarot. Aren't we talking about Filarot?
So all the fucking treasures of Russia are immediately looted by the Polish, in other words.
God. Okay, cool.
Including the treasury.
Oh, shit.
Because that's all at the Kremlin. So, Filaret Romanov left young Michael and Martha in Polish-occupied Moscow, and Filaret is sent to treat with the Polish king Sigismund and his son, the new Tsar Vladislav, right?
Okay.
So Filaret Romanov is going to talk to the Polish king and his son, who's been elected Tsar of Russia.
But he leaves his family alone.
In Moscow. Yes,
which I feel like is going to be a kind of important thing to remember.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get rough. So, Filaret at this point, whatever, he realizes they got to end this shit. If they're not going to elect Michael, we got to end this shit now because, no one's farming. Everyone's sick and starving, and pretty soon everyone's just going to die.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a Russian people.
There won't be a reason to have a czar. There's no people to rule over.
You are exactly right. We're getting to the end of our very, very fucking frayed rope here. Something has to give. One thing, though, like you said earlier, Vladislav, in the minds of the Russian people, must convert to Orthodoxy to be the Tsar.
Oh, damn.
Remember, they're the inheritors. Oh, and do we know Catholics? He and Daddy King of Poland countered with, no thanks. We already took it. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Everyone here, we're just staying Catholic over here. Thanks, but no thanks. We already have it, so fuck off. Yeah. So then they just take Filaret Romanov prisoner and ship him back to Poland to chill in the Polish court. So now they've got the closest kin to the rear kid as prisoner.
Okay, cool. I think we're getting somewhere.
We kind of are, but remember, they're not thinking in terms of anything. This is indeed a prince of the church. Like it or not, he couldn't be czar even if he wanted to. So they can hold him all he want. But if a general assembly elects Michael, well, tough tits.
Well, tough titties said the cat to the kitty.
Exactly.
I mean, hold him prisoner all you want, but once it's done, it's done.
You always got to think, though, if you're the Polish king, it's good to have, a patriarch of the church and head of the Romanov clan, handy a human baby wipe,
Damn.
I don't know how else to put it, because that's exactly where we are, in the course of this story.
You use that baby wipe to wipe up all the grossness and then you throw that shit away. I'm sorry. That was rough.
Exactly. Really quickly, guys, again, this discussion has gone far longer than we intended. Again, the research is very, very, very intensive on this show. So we're going to ask yet again for your patience. We're going to pause out for this week, and you can hear the rest of the conversation next week. We thank you guys for listening. You're the very, very best. We heart you all, and we will talk to you next week.
I'm sorry I'm dumb. Love you.